Welcome, Sagittarius. This is your Wheel of Fortune reading for March 2020. I am Art Kozak, and this is Art Kozak Tarot. Thank you for joining me. And the Wheel of Fortune reading is designed specifically to let you know where your opportunities lie for the coming month. And this can have to do with love, with money, whatever the universe has for you, whatever kind of avenue that might be opening up in your life in the coming month, where you can advance yourself, where you can become a more complete person, where you can do things that are good and helpful for yourself and others. Hopefully, there's going to be some things here that I can tell you about that you can keep your eyes open for. And also, I can hopefully tell you a little bit about how best to pursue those opportunities and what the outcome might be. So, Sagittarius, the first thing I'm seeing for you on the table is that in the coming month, you are going to be facing the various opportunities that come to you with an open heart. And open-heartedness and the ability, really, the ability to be full of good emotion, to have your own personal cup full, but also that may come with a little bit of volatility or the impulse to volatility, because you have you may be wearing your heart on your sleeve a little bit. And that's going to be something to look out for. That's not necessarily a warning, but that is something to keep in mind when you're looking around, again, for ways to advance yourself, to become a more complete human being. One of the opportunities I see coming up for you in the coming month has to do with judgment. You are going to either be judged or judge another person. I think this has something to do actually with an external circumstance, perhaps even a legal circumstance. The Justice card itself is not on the table here today, but this, from the lay of the cards and intuitively, that's kind of what I'm getting. This may be a legal circumstance for you. This may be some kind of circumstance involving a higher authority, which is putting you through an evaluation process. Now, this is something. The advice the cards are giving you is to be joyful about this, and not necessarily to hold yourself back in any way, but simply instead do the opposite. Let yourself be happy about this situation. Meet it with a smile. Perhaps if there are other people involved, be happy to have those other people and inviting to have those other people with you, because this process is going to lead to you being in a position at the end with your energy at a much higher level. You're going to be much more capable. In fact, what you're feeling right now, or what you will be feeling over the coming month with regards to emotion, with this full cup of emotion, that's going to be translated through this judgment process and your joyful approach to it. That's going to be transferred to your overall energy and your passion, your ability to get things done in general, and just to feel good physically as well as emotionally, just all around. So again, look out for that and meet it with a joyful heart. You also have the opportunity, this is coming up for a lot of people in March, to exercise some temperance. And of course, this is represented by the Temperance card in the tarot. And the Temperance card in the tarot can be often a little bit enigmatic or even confusing unless you just think about it on its surface. Think about the surface meaning: temperance, being temperate, not going to extremes. If you are thinking about going on a diet, if you are thinking about reining in your finances a little bit, the best way to do those things is to avoid extremes. And this is something that you are going to be able to put into practice. It might be a challenge for you. It might be a challenge because you have a lot of emotional energy right now, and it may feel like a burden. It may feel that in order to not let yourself be as adventurous in the world as you're used to, and not to be as freewheeling as you might have the impulse to do, that might feel like a burden to you, but by doing that, you are going to win. You are going to win a hard-fought victory in that manner. So you're going to see most likely what's going to happen with regards to temperance in your life and this opportunity. you're going to see the possibility of a big win. And you're going to you're going to stop and you're going to tell yourself, well, you know what, if I can just exercise, if I can just calm down a little bit and exercise a little more self-control and not go to this extreme there or here or there, then it might be difficult, but then I can win. Well, you will, according to what the cards are telling me here. So look out for that. You also have the ability, and this may have to do with your work. This may have to do with your professional circumstances. If you're a regular 9 to 5 kind of person, or you're somebody who works from home, regardless, whatever kind of repetitive daily tasks that you're going through that you have to apply yourself to, applying yourself to the details, you have an opportunity here to see to the details of something and to correct the details. This may be a process of correction. And you are going to feel bound to do this. Okay? You're going to find yourself, according to the cards, you're going to find yourself in a situation where you have some kind of, I don't want to say arduous because that makes it sound a little bit more extreme, but it's the kind of thing that most of us experience when going to our jobs. Seeing to the minute details, the attention to detail of everything that we're doing repetitively. This may involve a creative task as well on your part, but and it may be something that you've been procrastinating on based on what the cards are saying. Again, it's going to be something that you're bound to do. So if you're procrastinating on something that you know is going to take some detailed effort, or if you find yourself in a place where you have been procrastinating, well, you're going to have an opportunity to get that done. What's going to happen, though, is you're going to experience some stress in the process. Okay, you're going to experience some anxiety. That feeling of being bound to do it, it's going to be an opportunity for you to experience anxiety. Now, why is this an opportunity? Why is this a good thing? Because this spread, this is all about the good things. Okay, this is all about the good possibilities for your life. Every now and then it'll come with a warning, but very, very seldom. Well, in this instance, I think that by applying yourself to this detailed task, this thing that you have to do, even though you feel like you're in a bind to do it, like you just can't get out of doing it, you might want to get out of it. In fact, you probably will. You're going to have to restrain yourself in order to get it done. By going ahead and experiencing the anxiety and the stress that comes with that, you gain experience with anxiety and stress, and you gain the ability to not go through that in the future. Okay, it's not just about learning a lesson. It's about being able to handle stress better. This is represented by the 9 of Swords on the table, and very often I will reiterate that the 9 of Swords represents a situation in which the anxiety itself has become the problem, not that which a person is anxious about. And so this is a very good chance for you to learn that by getting whatever this task is done. You have the opportunity to, I'm saying that you may have a chance to get away, to experience it, at least kind of a weekend getaway, or I think for some of you, for the younger among us, the spring break may be coming up. Okay, this may be what this part of the spread is talking to me about. But this is going to be a real stress reliever for you. It's going to be a real stress reliever. And you may find yourself alone in that circumstance. Whether, like I said, it's a weekend getaway, it's a chance to stay home and just relax, or if it's a chance to go out on a traditional party spring break, there may be a result in which you find yourself alone, but not in a bad way at all. You may find yourself in a position where you are feeling much better about yourself. You are feeling much better about keeping your own counsel and living in your own wisdom and being able to do that once you come back from whatever this is. And so if you feel like you need a break, the opportunity comes up, take it, go outside, enjoy the springtime. If wherever you are, the spring is allowing you to enjoy it so far. And by doing this, as I say, you will be able to come back from this experience a much more complete person from the inside out. You will be able to be more in touch with your own wisdom again. And so that's a very good thing for you to look forward to as well. Now, I'm looking also at one particular challenge here, and this is one that may apply to, it's going to apply to different people in different ways. I'll just try to explain it as best I can, because this has to do with engaging with a higher authority. And this can involve your religious authority. This could involve you taking on a leadership position in some kind of a spiritual structure. But this is going to be more of a traditional spiritual structure, something like a church or a temple or whatever it is. It's more of an organized, institution. This also can have to do with school. For those of you who are in school, those of you in college, those of you maybe even in other forms of education, you're going to engage with this institution on a much stronger level. You're going to have a very strong engagement with this institution, okay? And as I say, may play out differently for different people, but whatever this represents in your life, look for this kind of a joining, should we say. You are going to engage with a higher authority in your life, kind of a moral authority, and it may be that you need to seek some help or advice from someone. You may need to either seek or accept the advice of someone who, here on the table, is being represented by a strong male figure. Maybe in your life, may actually be male or female, but that's the archetype that's represented. Traditional patriarchal kind of figure, someone who is well-moneyed, which is why I say you may need to accept some help or some advice from this person. Probably more so advice, though, because the result of you engaging with this higher authority, this spiritual or otherwise authoritative institution, with whatever that engagement might entail, seeking the advice, interacting with, accepting the advice and help from this figure, this very strong kind of business-like figure, leader, most likely. This is going to give you a level of mental clarity that you did not know that you can have. We have, and this is the third of three aces that you have on the table. You are represented by the Ace of Cups. We spoke earlier about a concept dealing with the Ace of Wands, and now this is the Ace of Swords. So overall, I see this month as an opportunity for you focusing on your growth as a person, however that might happen for you. I see this as a time in which you can be renewed. And it's springtime outside. You may be feeling that. You're going to be, the spring is going to be in the air, so to speak. And so this is the perfect time for you to reset yourself back to zero and to go back to the starting line, but in a way in which you are now a more complete, a clearer person. You've let go of some baggage. You've met some heavy challenges. And by the end of this month, I see you all as being in a much happier and more capable place, being a much more capable person overall. So I hope that something I've had here to say is going to be helpful for you in the coming month. Feel free to refer back to this reading and compare it to other readings throughout the month or any circumstances you might encounter for advice. Again, I thank you for being here. This is Art Kozak, and I look forward to speaking to you again in the future.